Can very faintly hear you, but you can't see you now.
No, she's not there, sir. She has logged out, sir.
Oh, okay. No, she's coming up. Oh, much
audible
better.
now?
Much better. Much better. Yeah. What happened? How did you?
I don't know. I just closed the tab and reopened it.
Oh, now it's superb. Very good. Now the light is still not perfect in the sense the background behind you, it's very dark.
Okay, I'll increase.
It's very dark, but it's okay. I mean, if there's some extra light in the room, that will be good. It's a bookshelf.
Yes, sir. Yes, it's a bookshelf.
It's a bit dark, but that doesn't matter. You're quite this one now, loud now. So let me introduce the two people here. Sundar is our head of IT, and
Hello.
Cynthia is the head of marketing. She's actually Dr. Cynthia. She's a dental surgeon who now heads our marketing division. So they just help to set up everything, and then when the actual talk starts, they will go backstage. And StreamYard, I don't know if they used StreamYard earlier. StreamYard is a platform where, for example, they have gone now, and only two of us are there. This is how it will be when we talk. And on top here at the side, on the left side, you'll find live. When it comes live, that means we are live. Now we are live, but not in Facebook or anything. We're only live internally. So only 3-4 of us will be watching that. Now the thing is that day when we start the program and we go live like this, a few minutes earlier we'll start 7. So say maybe 10 to 7 or something we'll start, so that we start chatting, and then Sundar will give us a countdown, and then we'll go live. When we go live, we will go live in YouTube and in Facebook simultaneously. And we'll go live in 2 YouTube and 2 Facebook simultaneously. So there's my personal channel, both in YouTube and in Facebook. So in my personal YouTube channel, I have about 20,000 subscribers. And in the personal Facebook also, I'm close to 20,000. I think it crossed 20,000 today, Cynthia, in my personal also. So we have 20,000. But in the hospital one, the Facebook has 105,000 followers. So that is there. And then in the hospital YouTube, there are only about 1,000, 1,500 or something like that. So that's where we're going in all the 4. So people can see, and whoever's tuned on to YouTube or Facebook, hospital, mine, they will see. All that doesn't guarantee that at that given time how many people will log on, with hundreds of things going on. So many people come. But we have seen, for example, the Jazz Sethi one, 80,000 people or something finally saw it.
Wonderful.
It's huge. At that time, only 200, 150, 200 people, but then it went on and on and on, and then a lot of people saw it subsequently. And 1 or 2 others also, some 30,000 viewers and all we've had. So hopefully we will get a good thing, and if the interaction is good, it will go on. So what we'll do is I will first, just for a few seconds, introduce myself. Then I'll introduce you. How do you want to be introduced? I'll introduce you, of course, as founder director of Blue Circle Diabetes Foundation. Is that enough?
Yes, okay, that's perfect.
That's fine. Okay, then we'll start chatting. I'll ask a few things about you. So when you said 25 years, that means now you said you're 33. So you must have got when you're 8 years old. Is that correct?
Yes, doctor. Correct.
Yes. Okay. So 25 years diabetes. So then we'll talk a little bit about your diabetes and what you're taking now. And are you on a pump now?
Yes, doctor. Since last around 4.5 years on the pump.
4.5 years on pump. And how many? Which pump? Medtronics or?
Medtronics, yeah.
Medtronics only. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Then you want to tell Medtronics, Cynthia? They will be interested.
I tell them.
Last time when they asked, they said if it's a Medtronics pump, we will boost it.
I told them already, sir.
Okay, okay. Then tell them that she's on Medtronic's pump. Then they can help in boosting a little bit, maybe. So we'll talk
Yes.
about that. We'll talk about your control. We'll talk about your diet, a few things like that, and
Sure,
how you
doctor.
form diabetes and how you manage and so on. Then we'll move on to the Blue Circle Foundation, and you can talk about that. And what all do you actually do? Because lots of things are listed here. So you're
Yes.
certified diabetes educator, diabetes insulin pump trainer, then of course founder director. But what is your primary job? What do you do actually?
So I have a bit of a strange history. I used to work in hospitality before this. I worked with the Hyatt hotels for a decade,
Okay.
and I was doing well. I was one of the youngest.
In Mumbai.
Uh, Doctor, I've worked in Mumbai and different hotels in Pune also. So I've changed
Ah,
3 to 4 different properties,
okay.
and
City now is Pune, is it? Or
yes,
yours
now it's Pune. Yeah.
now
So
it's
my parents are actually in Mumbai. So I would kind of shuttle between Mumbai and Pune.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Very
And it's
nice.
pretty close, just 3, 4
Yeah, yeah,
hours. So
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, wonderful.
Uh,
Okay.
so I worked for 10 years, and around 2 years back, I suddenly left my job. I'm usually a very cautious and a very I have a backup plan of a backup plan of a backup plan, but somehow I was not happy, and I was doing well. I was one of the youngest HODs in my organization, and
23 you would have joined, yeah. 23 you must have
yeah,
joined.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
2 years.
joined it actually.
21 probably you joined, yeah.
21, yeah, yeah. I joined in 21 and I worked and I had about 150 people, working under me in my department. So I was doing wonderfully and there was no problem as such, but somewhere I always felt, that maybe there's something more I want to do. And I left without a plan. I did not really have, anything at that point, and that was unlike me. But
Yeah.
slowly, we started doing these activities. We started doing local runs, and I'm also very fond of running. So would
Which
gather
you
people and
were doing earlier also, or only?
yes, yes, earlier also,
Okay,
yeah,
okay. From childhood you have been an
from
athlete.
childhood, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
And
And then,
the running also happened because of my father. So my father would run quite a lot, and then I thought if my daddy can do it, why not? So
okay.
initially, the first few times, everyone was worried when the first time I did a 42-kilometer run, like 99% of the people said, don't do. It's not
Yeah.
safe and, you're T1 and all that. But luckily, it just went by smoothly.
Okay. And you're still running. The ultra marathon is even more than 42 kilometers, is it? Or
Yes, doctor. Anything more than 42 is ultra.
ultra?
So I've done runs of like up to 65, 70 kilometers also.
Good.
And in the month of December 2019, we did a 100-kilometer trail walk.
Oh, the walk, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it was,
You
uh,
actually run 65 kilometers, is it?
yes, yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, this was in Daman and Diu, the
Oh,
65 kilometers one.
okay, okay.
And the 100-kilometer was organized by this Oxfam,
Oh, okay. Some group.
yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
we were a team of 4 type ones, and it was quite exciting because we were the first such team in India. So we
Okay.
got quite a lot of press coverage and a lot of excitement overall about
Yeah.
first
Okay.
T1 team.
All right. Okay. Where are the other three from? Are they from your place or are they from different places?
Yeah, they're from Pune.
Pune only. From Pune.
Yes, yes. We would practice together and all.
Ah, okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Then this, yeah, the mixed martial arts. Tell us about that.
Yes. So around 2 years back, so when I was a child, when I was around 5 years old, my parents had enrolled me in karate classes. And
Okay.
usually, like kids enjoy dancing and things like that. But I never had that much inclination towards dancing. So I went into karate, and this was in the time of 92, 93 when the Mumbai riots happened. So
Oh,
the classes shut down that time, and that got left behind, and I took it up again 2 years ago. So I've been doing like taekwondo and sort of
okay.
a couple of other things, just like a amateur level, just for fun.
Okay.
Um, so the times that I don't run, then I do martial arts also.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you run, have you had any hypos? during the runs, or how
Yes,
you
Dr. Lot.
by eating?
Actually, I think I am the kind of person that has made every kind of mistake possible. I have made that mistake. So one of the earlier times I went out of the house without any hypo treatment, without anything, just overconfident that I'm going to be okay. And I could feel my hypo coming on the road, and I didn't have money to purchase like cola. I didn't, and my house was around 500 meters away, so I was a bit stressed. But I think that was my one of the small turning points wherein I realized that I should be prepared. Even if it's a small jog, if I'm going out, I should carry my glucose.
Correct, correct. Have you had any strange experiences due to hypo? Because I know one of the books I read about some foreigner person. She got into a train and then she got into a hypo, and she's supposed to get off. It's in Europe, so the train goes through several countries. And
Yeah.
when she got up, she was in some other country
Oh
completely. She
my
had
God.
couple of countries and gone, and she landed up in some other country, and she woke up. Where am I? In a different country altogether. So people thought she was sleeping, and she had gone to hypocoma, and nobody realized. They don't
Oh
bother
God.
to ask you anything abroad.
Correct.
At least they'll
Yeah,
come and
yeah.
ask. So,
Very
so
true. Initially, actually, doctor, my first many years of my diabetes, I was, it's a little embarrassing to say this, but my A1Cs and my sugars were quite uncontrolled for a long time. So I was not that familiar with the concept of hypo as
yeah.
much as hyper.
Because
Um,
it's so high, yeah, you
it
wouldn't have
was
had.
always high, yeah. So that happened, and one of the strange experiences which I remember was I was in office and I was talking to my colleague, the head of HR, and we were just casually chatting, and she noticed, she mentioned to me that, "Are you okay?" And at that point, my sugars were 25. That was one of the lowest blood sugars I've had, and I knew that something is wrong, but because I was in hypo, I got a bit defensive, and I told her, "Of course, I'm okay. What do you mean? Why are you asking me these kind of questions?" So, so it was a bit that was strange, but luckily, I've never hidden my T1 from anyone. So she even asked me, "Do you want me to get you some chocolates or sugar or something?" And then I sat down and tested, and ate some sugar after that.
If you are conscious enough to do that, I mean, it's
Yes,
25, you'd be knocked out. Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I was
What
lucky.
latest HbA1c is in fives, is it now?
Yes, doctor. My latest one has been 5.5.
Amazing.
So, and also I realized that often when the HbA1c is lower, the general thought tends to be that, maybe you're getting a lot of hypos.
Yeah.
But in my case, that is not true because I'm wearing Libre and something called the Meow Meow,
Okay.
which converts the Libre into a CGM.
Okay.
So what it basically does, the Libre is a flash glucose monitor, and only when you scan do you get to know.
So that's
But the
Libre
Meow,
Pro. That's Libre
yes,
Pro. Yeah.
yes,
But the
yes,
Libre is
right,
coming.
doctor.
No, 1st October
Correct,
Libre is
correct.
coming. I'm
It's
launching
coming.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. So I use it with the Meow Meow, and the Meow Meow basically converts it into a CGM. So I get all my readings on my
Okay.
phone itself.
Okay.
And another very interesting thing, doctor, that we've done is
You don't use the CGM on the Medtronic's pump because you have the
no,
other
no,
older pump. Okay.
older
Which
pump, yeah,
model are you using?
722.
17. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've actually never tried the Medtronic's sensor, but I tried the Guardian Connect last
Ah.
year,
Hmm.
and it was good. But the cost factor comes into play. For most people, for the average person, I think a lot of people are using Libre Pro these days.
Much more friendly, that's why they
Yes,
use.
yes.
We see the accuracy, and I use maximum this only, but and I was the one who actually first in the world to use this, actually, even before UK, US, Canada, anybody got it. I was the first in the world. 5.5 years I've been using. I've used more than 40-50,000 patients. I've used this.
Wow.
So I've already published about 5-6 papers also on this. But that's why Libre Pro, now they want me to Libre, they want me to also champion that. And so October 16th, we are having a board meeting, which I'm chairing at board meeting. And then
Okay.
now we're planning to launch it. So
Correct.
that'll come. So in terms of the accuracy, Dexcom is number one, no doubt.
True.
Number two is the Medtronics, and number
Medtronic.
three is the Abbott
Correct.
Libre or Libre Pro. But the Libre is
Correct.
actually better than the Libre Pro. It's more
Yeah.
accurate, and
I
Libre
believe
Pro
there's this.
false positives. It gives a lot of false hypos. It'll give.
Yeah.
They're not really hypos at all.
Correct.
So
Correct.
see every red there in that car doesn't mean it is low.
Very
So
true. There's that MARD, the way of measuring. Yeah.
MRD, MRD.
Yeah.
So the
Also,
MRD of the Libre is much lower than Libre
much
Pro,
lower.
and
Correct.
Libre Pro goes to 10-15% and all that,
Yeah.
whereas
Yeah.
Dexcom is below 10, and Medtronics is also around 10 or something, and then Libre is very good. So once Libre comes,
Correct.
you can switch over to that. Then you don't need
Yes.
all
Yes.
the breakdown, or straight away you can get
True.
it.
True.
Because the
So
Medtronics pump with the sensor gives it you straight on the pump
straight on the
itself.
pump.
There itself
Yeah.
you can use it, but then your convenience, whichever is
Correct.
convenient to
Correct.
you can use that. So
So we actually, Doctor, we created our own app as well. So we realized that. So I've been using Libre Pro since around 4.5 years. Pretty much when it came out, I started using it and
yeah,
continuously. And then I also realized, like what you said so correctly about the accuracy being an issue.
yeah,
Yes, like whenever I would check on the reader, it would always be like it would be hypo, but I'm not actually in hypo.
yes.
So
False
then, yeah, then there are a couple of third-party apps. So there's one called Glimp that I've been using since couple of years. And then
hyperglycemia.
we created something called the Blue Circle Diabetes app. And
Okay.
so if you sync up both the apps, you can basically get a report, that you can maybe show your healthcare provider, or because with Glimp, you really like unless you show the phone itself to the doctor,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's no way of transmitting that information.
I think I'll take that from you because some of my patients are using that, especially the type 1s, might
Yes,
find that
yes,
because when the Libre comes, these things may change. But
correct,
anyway,
correct,
nice to learn from you how you're doing it. Most
correct.
of
And
our
Doctor,
patients, we give it, and then a week later, we take the first reading, second week later, we take second reading, and then do. It's not meant for their own use because Pro
correct.
is generally meant for the hospital use. That's why it's called professional use. That's why it's called
Yes,
Pro.
yes,
So it's meant for the doctor use. We opted for that. They asked us when they first brought, which one do you want? And we said most of our
yeah,
patients are type 2, where the Pro is more needed. Type 1 is much smaller. And then even our type 1s, how many of them can afford to continuously use it? We don't know. So we said, at least let's start with this. Maybe every 2 months, 3 months, we'll put 1-2 weeks, see that, and then again change it. Whenever we change the insulin regime, we will do it. Like that, we have
correct.
bin using it. And then, of course, you use
Understood.
a reader, you can still get some reading at any point. So that's how we
Yes,
are
yes. So,
using it.
Doctor, in fact, a couple of months ago, one of the marketing team from the Abbott company, they were wanting me to sort of be a spokesperson for the Libre, which would eventually, like, it's
Oh,
coming up
okay,
now.
okay. Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So they were, since you've been using it so long and, talking about it, would you sort of
Yeah.
want to do all this? So,
Yeah, definitely it's worth it. Coming from the patient, it
yeah,
makes it different, So it
correct.
makes it. So tell me about your personal life. Are you married or?
No, no, not yet. But
No.
not out of any other reason except, my own wish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. In fact, Doctor, this is one of our favorite topics, even in our communities, because a lot of parents approach me, saying that my child is not getting married and we're facing this trouble. So, two things, Doctor. One is that I feel really blessed with my family because they have never pushed me
Yeah.
to, get married immediately or do. They've always told me, take your time, make your career or whatever you want, and marriage will happen whenever it has to happen. But with these parents, I find it ironic that they're approaching me, a single woman in her early 30s, and asking me for marriage advice. They're so sort of upset and desperate to get their children married.
Also, I would say insensitive. I mean, it's not
Yes.
way to do that. I just asked out of curiosity, nothing else.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely leave it to the person to decide. In fact, the other way also happens where I've had type 1s whose parents, particularly in certain communities, where they push them to get them married. They're just 16, 18, 20. They're not even ready. And then
Correct.
and they don't tell the boy and just get
Yeah.
them married. And I've had true stories of the girl, trying to take insulin during the honeymoon, and then the man finding out, he thinks she's a drug addict for
My
pushing
God.
the needle and all that, and then catches her red-handed, and then she starts crying and says, "No, no, I have diabetes," and then
Oh,
even worse, you've not even told me that. And then I've had
correct.
one instance of this man right from that honeymoon, bringing her and saying, "Who's your doctor?" And then she said, and I had told that family, "Please don't get married without telling the boy. It's not fair. How can you do
Correct.
this? Cheating the boy. Oh, then they
Yeah,
want. I said, then tell them not marry, but you cannot cheat somebody. And how is she going to live? She's never going to be happy. And
very
right
true.
honeymoon, just brought her, dumped her in my hospital, and he left. Never saw her again. That's the end
My
of her.
God.
And things like that have happened. So then I told the parent, I told you, and man, you should have listened. No, no, no. Then they won't marry. I said, no, what happened now? She's married now, and she's
Yeah,
gone. She doesn't even have a husband now. She's dumped.
husband. Yeah,
What? Is this worse, or she could have been without getting married? No, which is
correct.
worse. So people don't realize all this. And then I've
Yeah,
had so many of my type ones are very happily married. Some are married type 1 themselves. Some are married, without any diabetes, and they're so happy. They've got children. They have grown up. The children have grown up, all very happily married. So it's, as you say, it's happened to us. Has to happen. It'll happen. I mean,
yeah.
God decides everything. We don't decide
And
anything.
I really feel, doctor, the goal of life, I mean, I understand that parents are concerned. Even my parents are concerned, but luckily they don't push. And the goal of life is not to simply, get married and have children. Also, you have to, some self-realization, self-actualization.
True. Yeah.
People have to find their purpose.
Fine, perfectly. I mean, this is as if all, Abdul Kalam was not married. So many other people are
Yeah.
not married. I mean, it doesn't. In the minute. Little bit. It will come and finish and come. That's my grandson,
Oh,
Pranav.
nice. Oh, wow.
They're going to start their IPL. So he's asked me, "Do you want popcorn?" So
Oh, wow. How sweet.
they're going to make for themselves.
Wow.
So I think we're all set. I just wanted to break the ice with you, and so that we're
Yes,
comfortable
yes.
to talk. Is there anything you don't want me to talk about? Of course, I won't
No,
ask
no,
you.
nothing at all.
I won't ask you there. But anything else you don't want me to talk about? Some people don't want to talk about their diabetes. I'm sure you're opposite, so that is not an
Yeah.
issue at all. We'll talk about, we've gotten about an hour, so we'll keep talking about first about yourself, and I'll just say talk about yourself. You can say about how you got it when you were 8 years old and how you felt at that time, and then how it went, your schooling, and about yourself generally, and then you can talk
Sure.
about your diabetes educator, pump, this, that. You can talk about your diabetes, how you manage. I'll ask you a little bit about your diet and
Sure,
exercise,
sure.
about your running and things like that. And then your passion, this, that, what's your future, things like that. It'll be general talk.
Yeah.
And then what will happen is questions will start coming like this. And that's Cynthia's job. She'll pick up, because it's coming from 3, 4 different platforms. So she'll pick up
Got
some
it.
and put it there. Some may not be related to what you're talking at all. Suddenly somebody will ask me, and it may not be type 1 diabetes at all. They'll say, I'm taking glimepiride 2 milligram. Should I make 2 milligram or 1 milligram? They'll ask me. Obviously, I'm not going to answer that.
Correct,
But,
correct.
but there'll be people will, for their own reasons, they'll come and ask questions. But some will be
Correct.
relevant, and some they'll directly ask you something. So if that is there, we can. I know that you have also posted on your groups. You have posted now. I
Yes,
saw
yes,
that. And
yes,
we are also posting it. We are also kind of push it a little bit, try to get a little
yes,
bit
yes.
more thing. I'll also send it to all my hospital staff, to some of my type 1 patient groups. Of course,
Right,
through
okay.
your group, it will be going to. How many members are
Correct.
there in your Blue Circle Foundation? Tell me a little bit more about Blue Circle
Oh,
Foundation.
sure, sure. So, Dr. V, I formally registered the NGO. It's been a year now. Around in this month itself, we completed a year.
Okay.
I've been informally doing this for 2 years now. And we have around 3,000 members, and
Wow.
um, and
1,000
and this so
3,000.
all mixed. We sort of want to make an inclusive, type 1, type 2, all types.
Okay.
Because certain things are like common, like
Right.
exercising, food, and all.
Right.
And apart from that, we're on social media, and also now in Corona that helps because people are more on their phone and can't go out. So that's there. We do educational workshops every Sunday. So sometimes we have like either doctors or somebody coming in or sometimes we have recreational like a dance, a Zumba, something. So every Sunday people are tuning in, and around 5 p.m. we have some workshops.
Okay.
Then we also started this helpline, doctor. So we call it the Blue Circle Buddy Project.
Okay.
And it's there on the mobile app that we created. So people can go to the mobile app. They can, and it's like a peer support group. So all of the volunteers are people living with diabetes. And we've been trained by Dr. Krishnan at Chelaram
Okay.
and by Center for Mental Health, Law and Policy in Pune. So a team of psychiatrists and
He's a very good friend of mine, right from his Amrita days.
oh
Uh,
wow,
he's also a Sai devotee. He's a ex-alumnus of Sathya Sai, and then he has worked with Amrita Hospital. So I know him from his very young days.
long
So
time. Yeah.
long,
That's wonderful. He's also a wonderful person. So
wonderful. He's also
yeah,
very good at technology, and we have every
correct,
second day we are in some meeting together, some webinar together. So
right.
very good friend of mine.
So we got trained by
Doctor now, or is he
no
privately?
doc.
No.
Actually, I haven't been consulting anybody as such. It's
Okay.
sort of going on in auto mode for now. I mean, if something comes up, I'll definitely sort of, yeah, yeah.
No problem. Okay.
So through the app, doctor, we can call, like a trained buddy, and we cover 9 languages. So like English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, Kannada, everything like 9 different languages, and like there are men, women both. So whomever they feel comfortable talking to, they can kind of book a call and talk to them. And
Okay.
all of this is entirely voluntary. Like nobody is a paid employee or anything. It's just because they want to help out in the community. They're giving their time.
So after our program, we have our website of our hospital. As you know,
Yes,
we
sir.
have 500,000 registered patients in our system, 500,000 actually now. So it's the world's largest. So we have our website, which is quite popular. A lot of people visit it. So you should write an article about Blue
Yes,
Circle
sir.
Foundation in our, and then we will give links to it to social media and so on. And any of you
Surely.
want to contribute any articles or anything to that on
Definitely. Yes, yes. I mentioned last time.
yeah, just keep
Correct.
sending 1,500 word articles, 1,400, 1,500 word articles. If you send, we'll just
Got
keep
it.
posting them, and it will be very good. And then we can link it to your website, to this one, to so many
Correct.
cross linkages that people can get benefited and know more
Understood.
about your organ. For example, if only from social media, I came to know about you, and so like that,
Correct.
the word has to spread. More and more. So much of good work going on. It's only
Right,
for
right.
non-commercial. It's just
Benefit of, yeah, yeah.
benefit more people. So that's the whole idea
Correct.
behind it. Excellent.
Great.
So I think that's it.
So,
Do you have
yeah.
any questions for me, or
No, no, doctor. I'm looking forward to Saturday. I think it will
okay?
be
It'll
really
be
fun.
very good. I'm sure this is going to be very, very popular. We'll keep the interest levels up, and we'll be very
Sure, doctor.
informed, and we'll chat. So we'll try to boost it as much as possible. In all your circles, you can do
Yes, yes.
that.
I've been sharing it with everyone.
Jazz Sethi's thing went very well. So I think that organizing diabetes also will put in. So let
Yes,
people
yes.
come, and more people can get benefited. More of an inspiration.
Sure.
Nothing.
Correct,
Story
correct.
get
Very true.
shared. It's an inspiration. And the next book I write, I've written my autobiography. It's in the printing now. In fact,
Oh,
today the
wow.
copyright editor, Cynthia, today the copyright editor wrote to me saying that
Okay,
they've
sir.
started the copyright editing of the book now. And by October 15th, she'll send me the completed copyright edited version. And after that,
That's
it'll go for printing. So it'll be ready by
wonderful.
January, February. The book Penguin is printing it. So it'll come out in Penguin.
Wow.
That's my autobiography. But they're so impressed with it. They've already asked me for my second book. And they said, we're
Wow,
booking,
that is so amazing.
cannot go to another publisher. We have a thing. And that should be on diabetes. And that should be on all, not about diabetes books. I've written hundreds of books and 1,300 articles I've written. So they wanted on kind of real life things,
Real
stories.
life.
So all of you will feature in this, definitely. In my next book,
Wonderful.
be there, and Jazz and all of you all, because you're true inspiration for things. So you all can bring in things, and in that book, we'll make it very interesting. We'll bring in the
Yes,
Blue
yes.
Circle Foundation, make it thing. So that will be read widely by people and it will come in a book form. So a lot of work to do.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, true. Thank you, doctor.
Congratulations on all that you do. I'm very, very impressed. I've never seen
Thank
anybody
you.
do so much of work. Jazz, of course, a very good dancer, and she
Yeah,
has a.
yeah, she's wonderful.
She's also an absolutely marvelous person.
Yeah.
You go to one notch higher than that. So
No, I
many
mean, it's just that I have the time and I'm, wanting to do it. That's all.
very modest, and I think you're doing great, and I'm very happy for you. Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
doctor. And I hope we get to meet sometime soon. I
I
mean,
know
I've
I
known of
invite
you
him to
since.
Chennai. I mean, after the thing, I've already told Jazz, and the father said,
Yeah.
he said he will help out in water. In fact, interviewed him also. The second was with him.
Yes, yes, I saw. Yeah.
Both are very, very happy. So I thought we should have a, actual get together. I've got some
Yes.
in Chennai. The Sridharan is a marathon runner.
Yes,
So I've
yes.
got one with him also. So I
Correct.
think we're building a nice. Till now, I didn't have this with Type 1. I haven't done much, and of course, the Hinduja Foundation is supporting Type 1
Correct.
in our. So I interviewed Ashish Bondia last time, I
Right,
think.
right. Correct.
2 weeks.
I saw that one. Yeah.
So he is supporting the Hinduja Foundation is because Dheeraj Hinduja, the director, the chairman of Ashok Leyland, one of the family, has Type 1. So he supports Type 1.
Okay.
And so he is 250 patients here. Then in Pune, Dr. Yajanik Center, KEM
Yes,
is
yes.
supporting. And his own PD Hinduja hospital in Mumbai also
In
he's supporting.
Mumbai.
So
Yes,
totally
yes.
600 patients with Type 1 getting free treatment under their
That's
scheme,
wonderful.
collecting research data on them. So that is another link
Okay.
that has happened. Now only last 1 year only into Type 1. Seriously, I've been getting into. We have registered patients over 7,000 Type 1 in our center.
Wow.
But many have dropped out. Many have gone to other places, other things. We have
Correct.
active people also we have. But it will be very
Right.
nice if you could kind of motivate them and have a kind of heart-to-heart talk with them and things like
Definitely,
that.
doctor.
We watch by a lot of people, but then
Right, right.
never an end to it. You can keep on doing
Keep
that. And
on.
in Chennai, we'll organize a big event where we call all of you all over and honor you
Yes,
all,
yes.
things like that. Okay.
Doctor, whenever you have time, we'll also love to interview you. So we run this, I mean, ours is much smaller, but we have
Yeah.
a YouTube series, interview series.
So why don't
So,
you straight away? You send me a mail. I'll
yes,
send you
doctor.
a date. So either
Yes,
in
yes.
October or November, I'll give you a date, and it's
Surely,
done.
doctor.
Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Thank
See
you.
you on Saturday then.
See you
Thank
sometime.
you.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye.
Today, I'm already booked with so many things. So I normally have it
Understood.
day before on Friday, but Thursday and Friday we've
Okay.
got lots of things. So I thought I'll do it off today itself, so we become free
Yes,
for.
yes. Makes sense.
Come in about 10 minutes earlier, so that will give
Sure,
us a
sure.
little
I'll be there by
time.
6:45.
Yeah, great.
The
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you.
so much.
Anything?
main email I'll be sending. Link, sir.
So she'll send a new one, not this one.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
Sundar will
got it.
send a new one for Saturday. He'll probably send it today.
Understood.
Again
sir.
on Saturday, we'll send you a reminder. And you keep
Sure,
posting
sure.
3 times in all your social thing.
Yeah,
We are
I
also
will.
going to do it. We
Yes,
have got
doctor.
a group which is helping me with my book, so they will be, posting this several times. So a lot of
Sure,
people should.
doctor. I'll also do the same. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a nice evening.
Yeah, you
Bye.
too.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
Cynthia.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, doctor. Link I'm shooting.
Okay, sir.
Okay, doctor. Bye bye.